Hot take that shouldn't be a hot take. WWE ruined CM Punk versus Seth Rollins feud and rivalry. I honestly don't think this should be a hot take, and I'm going to be very confused about people who detest this, but they ruined it. And you're going to say how? People are going to ask how. And I'm going to respond with a question. I'm going to answer with a question. How didn't they? They took what was considerably, anyway, the hottest feud for CM Punk upon returning to the WWE, and they somehow managed to make it subpar in comparison to somebody he wasn't supposed to feud with. Drew McIntyre. And it's mind-blowing to see that this rivalry, this feud, has been boggled down to a triple threat at WrestleMania. It's a little bit wild, right? and it should be considered so. It should be considered one of the most ridiculous things we've seen with WWE ever. And I'm not saying that it can't be redeemed. But what I am saying is that the effect that it would have had it been executed with care, love, and detail, and creativity, it will never have that height that it could have had. It will never reach the height of a Drew McIntyre feud. Because first impression is everything, bud. First impression is everything. And we got CM Punk versus Seth on a Monday Night Raw. And you can say it was on the debut of Netflix. I don't care. That's a pay-per-view match. And more specifically, it's a pay-per-view match that's of WrestleMania caliber. So I find it a little crazy that this feud has 2 entries, 2 matches, and now it's being disrupted for a Roman Reigns inclusion because Triple H was too lazy to book Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre, which was a layup, which is another video in of itself. But I genuinely believe that they've ruined the feud between Punk and Rollins. And if you think otherwise, I'm curious to hear. But I want you to ask yourself before you go on a tirade or get upset, could they not have booked this more concisely, with more care, and with more attention? Could they not have? Because both of their matches take place on Raw. As far as I'm concerned, the vast majority, if I don't think every single match between Drew and Punk happened on pay-per-view and concluded at Bad Blood, and they made that pay-per-view. They were the best thing on that pay-per-view. So I'm not understanding why exactly we blew off this, what should have been a generational feud. If they pick it back up, ask yourself, will it have the same effect? Will it have the same aura before they even got into a ring together? Because the anticipation was high before they even got in the ring together, when Punk just literally came back. Will it have the same effect in the anticipation of them having their first match? No, it won't, because it was snuffed for a match on Raw. And that Raw wasn't even that great. It didn't live up to the hype at all. So, I think you're going to have a very hard time saying that WWE didn't drop the ball on this feud. And that's just my opinion. That's just my thought. I think they completely fumbled. And maybe they'll pick it back up later and it'll be something great. Maybe they'll inject new life into it. But I'm personally checked out because they've ruined it. That's what I think. But those are my thoughts and my opinions. Subscribe and join the Discord.